Hey guys, TheTechOtaku here. Well, I have sad news. I decided to sell my OnePlus Nord CE5. Wanna know why? I want to downsize my personal phone. That's it. Oh no. After I used my OnePlus Nord CE5 for almost a year, I think it's time for a change because I feel like my Nord CE5 is just too big. A little bit bigger than my main phone did. So I decided to downsize it a little bit. When the phone arrived, it looks like this. What is the shipping damage? Okay, let's hope this phone survives, so let's get to the video. So, my new personal phone is this, the Oppo Reno 15 5G. Why did I say 5G at the end? So technically this is an Oppo Reno 15 and looking on the top here it says Oppo AI phone.
I don't care about AI trend or whatever.
You can definitely tell that the shipping damage is even worse. Postman just doesn't take care of the parcel really well, but I hope the phone survives. On the left side we have the same thing here. On the right hand side is nothing. On top here it may contain some important stuff here on the sticker here. Yeah, as you can see I got the Aurora blue variant with 12 gigs of RAM and 256 gig of storage. Looking around on the back, it's nothing spectacular here. So let's get to the unboxing. I'll let the voiceover TTO takes over. Opening up the most mangled box is a little difficult than I thought, but to my surprise, it did open up just fine. What you're greeted with is the box within the box. Inside that box, we have some usual booklets and things like that for a safety guide and quick start guide. And, oh look, a free case. It's one of the better pre-bundled cases that I've ever seen. So, yeah, you can make it a permanent or temporary case if you want to. Apple, Samsung, and even you OnePlus, take note. Free case in the box. And of course you do get the phone itself that says make a moment on a film itself. I'll set the phone aside, and then what else we get in the box is the 80 watt of super full charging brick. Yes, charging brick in the box. And of course we do get a smiley looking semi-ejector pin, and of course a USB-A to USB-C cable. And it's in plain Jane white, which I'm gonna put in the box of the Nord CE5 that I'm going to sell. So the charger and the cable is ready to be transferred to the Nord CE5 that I'm going to sell. Oh boy, Xperia Nugget loves running hot because of a 8 Gen 1 being a powerful furnace. But anyway, that's the Reno 15 in all of its glory. Back looks so gorgeous. Would you look at that? And I love the fact that they have glittery finish onto the camera plateau. Before I get to the tour, I'm gonna boot the phone up and see if the phone survives the terrible shipment. And it is. Anyway, let's take a tour of the phone here. On the front here we have a 6.59 inch AMOLED display with 120Hz refresh rate and of course 1.5K resolution. Yeah, that resolution is a middle ground between 1080p and 1440p. Oh, it already got set up out of the box, so yeah, I think that's for the warranty activation purposes, I think. But yeah, I'm probably gonna keep this just for testing purposes. Yeah, I will probably gonna do a factory reset, and yeah, as usual, I did a similar thing to the Nord CE5, so stay tuned for the full review video. Anyway, on the front here we have a 50 megapixel selfie camera that doubles as an ultra wide selfie camera, which is really interesting. So I'm not a selfie type of guy, but yeah. On the right hand side we have a volume rocker and a power button. On the top here we have a small hole for a stereo setup, an IR blaster, and 2 secondary microphones. And looking on the bottom here, we have a main speaker, a USB 2.0 Type-C port, a main microphone, and of course, a SIM card tray, which doesn't have a micro SD expansion whatsoever, which really stinks. Where's the headphone jack? On the left hand side, there's nothing. Looking on the back, we have dual 50 megapixel setup here. consisting of 50 megapixel main camera and a telephoto lens below it. And of course, an underwhelming 8 megapixel ultra wide. And below that is an LED flash. And check out the back. Isn't that stunning? Anyway, I should be glad that after the big dent on the box, the phone actually survived the shipping, which is relieving. I'm gonna go ahead and benchmark this phone and then set it up as a personal phone after one factory reset. Okay, while I was setting up the phone for benchmark purposes, look at all of the bloat we have here. We have unnecessary games that has been put on. Look at this. A lot of unnecessary crap has been shoved into. So I'm gonna go ahead and uninstall most of it. Most of it can be uninstalled, which is great. Now onto the specs of the Reno 15 in its beautiful Aurora blue glory. This phone features a Qualcomm Snapdragon 7 Gen 4, which I have to say, it's been a long while since I used Qualcomm since the Xperia XZ2 that I used to use for the same purpose. GPU on this phone is a Reno 722 GPU. This SoC isn't that fantastic for heavy mobile titles in the likes of PURURIN waves, but it's a very capable chip for normal use. Then again, there are choices of good phones with capable chip for intensive titles at the same price point. This phone can be configured up to either 8GB or 12GB of LPDDR5X RAM and 256GB or 512GB of UFS 3.1 storage. You also have a virtual RAM feature that uses internal storage up to 12GB of extra RAM. But it is enabled by default, so I turn it off right away for everyday use. As said earlier, no micro SD expansion whatsoever. Really stinks that many phones nowadays took out that feature, considering it's useful for local backups and nothing else. Screen-wise, it does have a 6.59-inch 1.5K AMOLED display with 120Hz refresh rate, HDR10 Plus support, and 1200 nits of peak brightness, covered with Gorilla Glass 7i. This display is not too large, but at least a resolution upgrade over 1080p if you care about high resolution on phones. Do note that you don't get full 1.5K resolution by default, so you have to enable it in the settings for sharper detail on the display. Do note that it does come with a pre-installed screen protector, so you can use it temporarily until you can afford a tempered glass, or you can keep using it as is. At least having a protection is better than none, no? The Reno 15 does have 6500 mAh silicon carbon battery, which is a capacity downgrade from what I used to have on Nord CE5 by 600 mAh, less than 7100 mAh from it. More specs on the screen here. Pause if you want to read. The Reno 15 ships with ColorOS 16 based on Android 16, and I'm getting more familiar with this user interface after nearly a year since Oxygen OS 15 up to 16. I know people would have been feared that I may have bias remotes when Oppo Reno 16 series are going to make it in the global market. I've gotten over with FOMO situation for like far too long, which is relieving. Anyways, I already tested the Reno 15 and then factory reset and got everything transferred from Nord CE5 to the new one through Oppo's clone phone app. Only minor thing I had to do is try to sign back into my personal accounts and getting all good to go. But other than that, I managed to get it fully set up and ready to go in under 24 hours. After that, the Nord CE5 has been put on for sale. I had good memories with it, but because of optimization hurdles and downsizing reasons, I'm now forced to sell it. If you ask me about the installment for my Nord CE5, it is fully paid because I have paid early behavior, so it's all good. All according to Keikaku. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more smartphone content just like this one. If you'd like to donate to the channel, go check out Ko-fi and Patreon at the links below, and go ahead and check out Blue Sky and TikTok at the link down below, and I'll catch you guys next time. TheTechOtaku signing out. Peace. Check out that back here. Maybe I should put the case on to keep it protected. There you go. Now it's gonna be a temporary case for the time being. So yeah.